Hello people, welcome back to Beauty Jam. If you're wondering why the camera is so far up, it's because my top is literally see-through and it's red hot here in the UK. I am not putting a jumper on, it's just not happening. So that's why the camera is so far up. Yes, thought I'd let you know. Blooming cars, once again. Anyway, today is going to be a bit of a different video. It's a bit of a story time for those of you who are interested. I'm going to be talking about the time I got stranded in Southampton. Now, a couple of videos ago I mentioned that I'd been on holiday. It was my fake tan video. I mentioned I'd been on holiday and that it was very, very stressful, right? Now, for those of you who are thinking holiday, stressful, that doesn't go together. Well, I agree with you 100%. That usually does not go together. Usually you go on holiday to relax. You do, right? Unless you're going camping. But, you know, and let me just say, it was lovely. I went the first week in May. I went to Ibiza and that was gorgeous. I got a lovely tan. It was red hot and it was great, that holiday was. It really was. Very relaxing, and even the journey back was just nice, simple, you know. And yeah, I came back to the UK. I spent a couple of days in the UK and then I went again. I went on a Royal Caribbean cruise, right? Again, very, very relaxing. Love them, love the company, they're great. Their holidays are top notch and I can't fault them yet. Anyway, the last day of my cruise arrived. It was time to leave, disembark as they call it, and everything was going fine. My case, I left. You have to leave your cases outside of your room the night before, so the only thing I'd got to worry about was my hand luggage and obviously the odd thing like my toothbrush and things that you use in the morning. You know, that's the only thing I had to really worry about. Am I recording? I hope I am. I am recording. I am. Anyway, yeah, so I'd done all that. I'd had my breakfast, I'd brushed my teeth, I'd got dressed, I'd got my hand luggage, everything was fine. I said goodbye to George the monkey who was in my room, and then I left. I left my room and that was it. I'd got my card, everything was fine. I went to disembark. Something wrong with my card, won't let me disembark. So I was like, oh, okay then. I then had to stand around in a queue for 2.5 hours waiting to find out what the problem is. Now, some of you might be thinking 2.5 hours on a cruise ship, that's not too bad, right? Here's the catch. I didn't mind that. If there's a problem with my card, then I'll sort it. You know, like, that's not the problem. The problem was I had a coach waiting for me to take me home. They had also got other passengers to pick up off the cruise ship, so it was a bit awkward because I wasn't going to be there. Turns out that once I've sorted the card out and everything, I'm actually let off the cruise ship after 2.5 hours of standing around in a queue. The coach had already gone, and I don't blame them for that. Like, I was expecting that, to be honest. I don't blame them. That is to be expected. You know, you can't expect a coach company who've got other passengers who are already on to wait around 2.5 hours for you to come off the ship. I do not blame them for that at all. I would have done the same if I was the driver, to be honest. I'd probably wait. I'd wait a little bit, but if it was nearing 20 minutes from when you're supposed to be on the coach, I'd be gone, you know? So, yeah, that was the issue. So, from that moment, after getting off the cruise ship, I was officially stranded in Southampton with no way home. Anyway, I had a credit card, and that was the reason that I had to stay on the ship, because apparently I'd got a credit lock on it, which I didn't know about. So if you don't know what a credit lock is, it's to stop you spending a lot of money. It's to protect you, really, you know. So I'd obviously put one on when I got the credit card without thinking about it, you know. So I think the credit, I can't remember what it was, but it was very low anyway. It wasn't in the thousands, it was very, very low. And that was the reason that they would not let me off. So there I am with my credit card. I can afford to get home but don't have my debit card, so I'm going to have to use the credit card. And I didn't know whether the machine was going to work, because if I'd already had a problem, next door's flipping back from the last video, remember them? I thought if they've locked the card, if the bank themselves have locked the card because it's gone over the credit lock, then this card isn't going to work at all. So I was really panicking. I wasn't crying though, which I was happy about. I did feel like it though, but honestly I was not shedding a tear at all that day. I then walked from the port to the train station, which was around, I'd say about 20 minutes, right? I walked to the train station. I was panicking because, as you would. If you're stranded somewhere and you can't get home, you would. I had no credit on my phone. I had no internet. I couldn't order an Uber. I couldn't order a taxi. I couldn't do anything. I had no change. All I had on me was $20, which wasn't going to get me anywhere in the flipping UK. So the credit card was the only option I had. I saw a map, so I knew where the train station was. Thank you, Southampton, for putting a map right outside the port so that I could use it to find out where the train station is. Thank you very much. I just want to thank those people for that. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I walked past a police station, so I thought if my credit card doesn't work at the train station, I'll just go there because I don't know what to do. Like, I literally don't know what to do. Like, they might have a phone or something I can call a taxi. Like, I was panicking, right? So I went to the train station. I was already panicking anyway because it was going to literally take me all day to get home, and I was planning it. I always plan things. I was planning from Southampton I'm going to have to go to London, from London to Birmingham, from Birmingham to said place where I live, right? So that was the plan. 4 trains, 1 from Southampton to London, 1 from London to Birmingham. No, 3 trains. Oh, that's 2. 3 trains. 1 from Southampton to London, 1 from London to Birmingham, and 1 from Birmingham to where I live, right? That was the plan. No, that was not going to happen. I got to the train station and they had one straight to Birmingham, which I was very, very happy about because, guess what? I was very happy about that. So, I bought a train from Southampton Port to Birmingham International, right? It cost £200. That pained me. That pained me very much because I had already bought with my holiday package a coach to take me home, right? So I'd already paid to get home with my holiday fee. So that annoyed me because that had just gone down the toilet. I then have to pay £200 extra that, to be honest, I don't really have to spare on a train to get me home. I wasn't very happy, let's just put it that way. But I did it because I've got to. I got on the train, it was 2.5 hour journey, and I sat down and I was eating an apple because I took an apple from the cruise ship because you're allowed, right? And I was eating my apple. This woman comes up to me and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've reserved this seat, you're going to have to move." Reserving seats on a train? Since when? Like, I come from a small town, we don't do that. London Midland services do not do reservation of train seats. Since when is this a thing? Since when? Like, cross country, what are you doing with your reserving seats? So I then have to get up from my nice warm chair after I've just been stranded in Southampton, spent £200, and I then have to stand because everybody else has reserved seats that I didn't know about. Like, honestly, I could have strangled somebody. Honestly, this was getting to the point where I was no longer just upset, I was hangry. I was hungry and angry, and I could have killed everybody on that train with my laser eyes. Like, literally. Yeah. Anyway, this lovely woman, she sits down, not her, she sits down in her reserved seat. I waddle up to where all the cases are so I can sit there. And this lovely woman says to me, she says the seat next to her is free, so I sat next to her. And she started explaining to me how the reservation of seats work. I asked her, like, just general conversation. She really did make my day, I have to admit. And she was really nice. And we had a little conversation of where she'd been and that, and I told her about being stranded and things, and she was really nice. And I'm happy that she did say, oh, the seat next to me is free, because I didn't have a clue what was going on with reserving seats. Like, we don't do that. So when you're literally thrown into that situation and spending £200 to get home, I didn't even know. I didn't even, on the machine when I bought the ticket, it didn't say, do you want to reserve it? It didn't say anything like that. So, anyway, I got to Birmingham. I got off. This is normal now. This is completely normal. I get on the train home. Like, I do that all the time. So I get home. I get back to my hometown and realise that I don't have no credit. I don't have no internet. So I can't get in touch with my family to say come and pick me up from our train station because I'm here now. So I have to walk from our train station to my house, which is about 40 minutes. Right? It was just dreadful. It was hot as well. Like, the one day, the UK could have, I mean, I'm glad it weren't raining. I'm just saying, I'm glad it weren't raining. But the one day, the UK could have just been mild weather. Just nice and cool breeze. Just a nice warm. But no, it had to be sweltering hot on the day that I'm stranded in Southampton and have to completely come home. So that was the story of me getting stranded in Southampton, right? Now, I get home, I log on to the bank. The reason that they kept me behind on the ship was because of something to do with the bank and they wouldn't let them take the money. I don't know why, but that's just them. You know, I can't really go into financial business. Like, I don't discuss my financial business with anybody. So I went onto the bank. Turns out the bank did let them have the money, and it went out even before today, like the day that I was stranded, it went out. So I don't understand why they kept me back on the ship. I don't get it. So that really annoyed me, because not only did I get kept back for a reason that I shouldn't have been kept back at, I missed my coach, which I'd already paid for. I then had to walk 20 minutes to the train station, buy a ticket for £200 to get me to Birmingham. From Birmingham, I have to catch another train to where I live, which costs about £20. And then I have to walk home for 40 minutes because I've got no credit and no internet. And then when I get home, I find out that the reason they kept me back had already been sorted anyway. So why did they keep me back? Like, honestly, I'm surprised I didn't commit murder that day. Like, I could have killed anybody. I don't even know. And that's the story of me getting stranded in Southampton. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know why I made this video. I just felt like moaning about it and venting and letting you know what happened. Yeah. And then the next day, after coming back off holiday, I have the workers in doing the bathroom, which means I have no sink upstairs, I have no shower, and I literally have nothing in the bathroom at all. I'm having to wash my hair in the sink, in the kitchen sink. I'm having to brush my teeth in the kitchen sink. I'm having to wash my body in a bowl, and it's just the worst. I'm having the worst month ever. Like, literally, I shouldn't have gone on that holiday. I shouldn't have gone. I shouldn't have gone. I should have just thought, you know what, no, Ibiza was enough. Ibiza was lovely. Ibiza was lovely. But this past month, nah, never doing it again. I feel better now. I feel better for venting. I'm sorry if I seemed a bit ranty in this video, but you know what? I think you would be. If you were in my position, you would have been as well. So yeah, that's the story of how I got stranded in Southampton. Thanks, Royal Caribbean. Really appreciated it, and I really appreciated missing my coach and spending £200 that I didn't want to spend. What would I have done if I hadn't got the money? Like, what if I'd have gone to the machine and the card just declined? Let's just say the bank hadn't sorted it, like there was actually a problem. What would I have done? I would have had to have gone to the police station, and I don't know what I would have done from there. They'd probably lock me up or something for fraud. I don't know. But, well, it wouldn't have been for fraud, was it? Because it's a credit card, but still, like, I had literally nothing. I think they would have sorted me, wouldn't they? They would have let me use their phone or something. But they would have, wouldn't they? They would. I hope. I'm a British citizen. I had my passport on me. I can prove that. I've got a passport and $20. Please help me. Oh. I'm home now anyway, guys. So yeah. Yeah, and all in all, it took me about 5 hours to get home. And everybody else who was on the coach was already home in about 3. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe for more videos from me. I don't usually do videos like this, but if you enjoyed it, then let me know, and I might moan about some more things. But, yeah. I usually just do different videos, not like this. Make sure you check out the other videos on my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!